Hey, what's up, guys? Scott here, back once more with another video. Well, it's finally here, guys. The Avengers Doomsday first official trailer, or teaser trailer, officially dropped yesterday. So, I had to work yesterday, so I wanted to wait till today to do it, so I could really process it and break it down. I've watched the trailer a few times now, so I can I'm ready to break it down and talk about it. Okay, so. And this is the trailer that they showed at CinemaCon a few months ago, back in April. But we finally have it for the general public. The general public has finally has the trailer to watch. So let's talk about it. So the trailer begins with the shot of that shot we saw in the teaser, the 4 teasers they released back in December and January. We see kind of the ruins of the X Mansion. And we hear Victor Von Doom talking, and I like the sound of his voice. So, and he's like, he's giving some dialogue, like something is coming, and soon we must make an impossible decision, or something like that. And then, so we see him talking over that, and then we see the ruins of the X Mansion, and then we see Charles Xavier looking out the window at some bright thing like going on in the sky, which we assume is an incursion. So we have that, and then we start to hear Thor talking a lot. He has quite a bit of dialogue in this trailer, and while he's talking, we see in the new Avengers Tower, we see the Fantastic Four and Thor come in. So in that room, you have the Fantastic Four and Thor, and then you have Sam, part of Sam Wilson's team, which is Sam. We see Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes, and Ant-Man. And then we have all the new Avengers, or the Thunderbolts, which is Red Guardian, Yelena, U.S. Agent Ghost, and Bob Sentry. So they're all in the new Avengers Tower, which is the headquarters of the Thunderbolts, because they got the Avengers Tower at the end of that movie. So that's their base of operations. So we have Sam's Avengers, the Fantastic Four and Thor, and the Thunderbolts, new Avengers, all together in this room. And so they're, and then we cut to a scene of Namor and Shuri in this desert. We assume is Namor's kingdom, and he is holding the oceans apart at bay. So we see Namor on his throne meeting with Shuri and some of the new Avengers and Sam's team. So we have that going on, and then we see some of Cyclops with his comic accurate suit and his visor. And we do see that scene where, again, in this trailer, where we saw in the teaser, where he rips off his visor and is shooting his eye beams into the sky. And we also see the Sentinels walking in the background. So we see quite a bit of Cyclops. We see a shot of Professor X and Magneto sitting there, just like they were in that teaser. We see a shot of Shang-Chi fighting Gambit. Shang-Chi with his 10 rings versus Gambit with his staff and his cards. That's going to be an awesome fight. We see Yelena fighting against Mystique, who transforms into Yelena and starts fighting against her. So that's going to be really cool. Trying to remember what else. Oh yeah, and then of course the last big action shot we see is Thor fighting Dr. Doom, and Thor charges up Stormbreaker and brings it down on him, and Doom stops it with just 2 fingers. It's like, oh wow. So that was pretty intense. And then the last scene of the trailer is Thor is on the we assume the Fantastic Four ship. You hear this voice that says, "Hey pal," and Thor turns around and says, "That's impossible." And then we see the hammer start to come over, and guess who grabs it? But Steve Rogers himself. So yes, so very good trailer. I was very impressed. Didn't give away too much of the story. It kind of just showed, highlighted some things. Dr. Doom is going to be a very, very powerful force to be reckoned with, and they only featured characters that were previously confirmed, like officially confirmed. So we saw no Captain Marvel, no Young Avengers. No Hulk or She-Hulk or no other X-Men besides the ones that were in ShareWatch. But well, there are definitely more characters here than they're showing off, because this movie is going to have a lot of characters in it. So, oh, we do see a brief shot of Loki in the trailer too. So there is that. Assume he's going to have a pretty big role. So, but I see everybody online freaking out, like, why didn't they show this character? Like, dude, why didn't they show that character? I was like, dude, this is just the first teaser trailer, or the first trailer. Like, we have plenty more time to promote the movie, and they'll be there. So you just got to be patient. So, characters I've read and heard that and have been told are in the movie that were not shown in the trailer: Captain Marvel, Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, Halle Berry Storm is going to be there. Variants of a lot of different characters, like characters. X-23 is going to be in there. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire are supposed to be in this movie. So there's a lot of characters that are going to be in this movie that they did not show in this trailer. So we just gotta wait and see what other trailers, and maybe wait for the movie for some of them. But they will be there. But that aside, overall, very solid first trailer. I love the action that we got, the dark tone of the story. Doom is here to wreck stuff, and he's gonna be very powerful. And I do hope that the heroes are at least able to put up a fight against him in the movie. I hope he just doesn't, I hope they at least make a dent in him, because to have a super overpowered villain that the heroes don't even have a chance against, like, I don't know. Now, I understand he's very powerful, but, I hope the heroes are at least able to match him somewhat. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see on that. But, yes, very solid first trailer, and I'm super excited for the movie. I gotta say, the fights I'm most excited to see based on this trailer are Shang-Chi versus Gambit, and then Thor versus Doom. And then Yelena versus Mystique sounds really cool too. So that could be a very interesting fight to see. Anyway, guys, very solid trailer. Go check it out. I'm super excited for the movie. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.